Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's getting ready to work on some things on my Seek Writer app, and something just came across my mind that I just totally stopped what I was doing, and I really feel that I need to relay this message, especially for all of my folks that's in their 40s, like myself, man. I was thinking and watching some other videos earlier, and some of the things that really upsetting me right now is that a lot of people are talking about, now that you're in your 40s, it's too late. You might as well forget about it. You're not in your 20s no more, and everything has passed you by when it comes to technology, especially with AI. All right, that's what my main focus is. I enjoy technology. I love building computers. I love building programs. I love using AI. I love the whole thing about technology. If you hear any weird noises, that is my dog over here who decides to make noises while I'm recording. So we're just gonna let it ride. But in my personal opinion, it's not too late, man. I'm not. I just don't feel it. And if people are telling you, hey, it's too late, you might as well just focus on something else when it comes to this space, the technology, AI, software building. It's a bunch of malarkey, man. It's so stupid. I just can't stand people who just loves cutting people down, right? Especially that you're older now, right? When we were in our 20s, yes, they were still coding, so many different platforms, still getting into computer science and all that kind of stuff. And now it's just in my personal opinion, it's just so much better. Love using AI. I love using Cursor. Cursor is my spot. I did start with VS Code, then I then I tried anti gravity. Anti gravity was, I mean, it was okay, but most of the things I am using are the IDEs. It's just me. I just like to be able to see the files. I still like using Cursor on certain other things. Research, if you're want to do something particular within your app, pull some type of information to use to make things better. That's the reason why I like Cursor. I don't know, Cursor just flows better. Plus, also with Cursor's Gronk 4.5, and it's what 35 cents. Man, you can't beat it, dog. Can't beat it at all. But in my personal opinion, I'm not giving up, and you shouldn't give up neither. All right, it is not too late for us to get in there and make a difference, to build something that we want and get stuff done. I'm not going to give up, and like I said, don't let other people do that to you. Right? With the wealth of knowledge that we have is unbelievable. I mean, it's like every day I wake up. I wake up every day and I have like 20 something different ideas in my head now. Now that we in the 40s, we need to make sure that we write these things down because we forget. Majority of us in our 40s, we uh, most of us have families, we have kids, going to school, doing things. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Some of us in our late 40s, some of us are grandparents already, and so now you got the kids and the grandkids and stuff to deal with. But even with everything going on in life, it's still a good time to get into technology if that's something that you're in. Now, usually when I bring this up, people are like, "Oh, well, now that you're in your 40s, you shouldn't be focusing on that." It's I don't know. They just come up with some of the wildest things. It's when I say, "Hey, you need to start teaching kids AI, start teaching them, vibe coding, prompt engineering, even some free courses on, some proper way of coding, let them learn how to write code, like, the hello world, like, have it, use AI to make a project for your grandkids or your kids that, so they can get into as well. Because one thing that's never going to change, technology is going to continue to grow. Technology is going to continue to grow, and with things of AI, it has opened up other opportunities for job work. Yeah, it's like I always make posts online about the horse and the first Ford car, right? Everybody was using horses, and then they brought out the very first car, and then everybody says, oh, it's gonna hurt the stable industry, and the guys that picked up this, the guy picked up that, and then what happens all of a sudden? These factories start opening up, and when those factories opened up, a new angle of work has opened up. So there's always going to be possibilities for you to do something. And while our minds are still, shoot, I ain't gonna lie, my mind still, I feel like my mind is still sharp. Being in the military, you know, help me, keep me with the mindset that I have now. But don't let nobody turn you away from doing this just because we're in our 40s. Like right now, this app right here, the main reason why I built my Seek Writer app is because I was using so many of these other Jasper AI, SEO Writer, some other things, and you're able, to write content and articles and stuff like that. But what about social media posts? And this, you will have to go in and go get another subscription and another subscription. So what I decided to do with the knowledge that I have in my 40s, I decided to build something for myself. I can write I made it so where that you have one place where you can write content, you can write your articles, you can write your blogs. Now I have it where that you can write reports, where that you can write ebooks, where you can make newsletters, where you can write emails on the information. I have it where that you can spin information if certain type of information you put in that you don't like, instead of having to rewrite the whole thing. Um, the keyword lab. I have a keyword lab where you can research the keywords for the article stuff that you're going to write about. When it comes to social media hub, you can take the articles that you have and write social media content about that article for you. And one of the things that I did as well, that they say that, well, not say, but majority of stuff you do, like especially on X, because X is my favorite platform to use. I use Reddit and Instagram and LinkedIn, but X is my to go spot. And now I have it so where that you can write social media posts, but you put in the topic, but then you put in your own words. You talk how you want. I even put an extra layer on here where that's a tone of voice, where that it writes and talks like you, right? So it pulls information from your tone of voice. So if you're detailed with it, your content's going to come out sounding like you to best to its abilities. And best part about this app that I built is no subscriptions. Zero, because I'm tired of subscriptions. I got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got Paramount. Then you have what, if you're using a certain service like me. I like using Cursor. Some people are using Claude, some people using ChatGPT, and then you got Abacus AI, all these other different ones, man. And I'm tired of all these subscriptions. Like I wanted to get back to the streaming again, and then the restream, you gotta pay a much subscription. I'm tired of all these dang subscriptions. So you gotta balance around, and you gotta make sure that your money is spent well. Now, if you're well off and doing good, yeah, you can do all these subscriptions. But even if I was doing well, I would still be very light on what type of subscriptions I was going to use. So and like I said, building this app, I love this app. And it feels good because it's something that I can use, and I know it'll be beneficial to other people. I got some people who loves the app that I built, because it's pretty much everything that they were looking for. And the one thing that, when you are building something, is finding the pain point. Well, this is one of my pain points. I had multiple pain points, so I put it in one app, right? And now everything is going to be touching up and fine tuning. I don't really need to add anything else to it. Now it's just fine tuning the things that I already have. So pretty much the app is where it needs to be, but I still can make it better by upgrading things. And I did this all in my 40s. That's the point I'm trying to get across. You still can do great things And what, like I said, and especially with the advance what technology is, find your knowledge of what you know. If you know stuff in nursing, if you know stuff in about mechanics. Now, look, listen. All right, I'm gonna give you one thing. If you're a mechanic, that I know that will be successful is because I love watching cars. I love watching Dave's Auto here on YouTube. And one of the apps that they have is that something where that other mechanics can communicate with each other about the parts that they're fixing and communicate. But some of the stuff that they're bringing out now, it's it's okay. It doesn't like I hear them talking about they wish they had this, they wish they had that. Watch Dave's videos. Watch when he's walking and you can see, and there's mechanics dying for this updated information. Like if you're a mechanic, you know, has mechanic ish ideas or family members that's a mechanic, talk to them and say, hey, if I could build you an app where that you and your other mechanic buddies can talk to, what would you need? Boom, you got it right there. Uh, Nursing, somewhere that something's going on in your different hospitals, something that you guys can do to communicate to make your hospitals better, right? And take it up to your leadership or however that works. But there's something within that area. I'm trying to get my daughter, and she's not, I mean, she's tech savvy, but she's not like where I am. But I've been telling her, it's like when you go to school, and, oh yeah, before I get into the story, this is the perfect time to use your kids and your grandkids to build the app that you're looking for, right? So you're not spending hours like, I want to get into it. I know I could do it, but I have no idea. Use your family. Like so, like about to say, when my daughter, when she goes to school, I'm telling her, like, document, like if you're taking notes, document what you're doing, right? Then going to make an ebook or make a place where that young, I would say high school would be best because elementary school is a little bit different, but ninth to 12th, and then same thing going on to college. Have a place where that the particular classes that they're in, where that they can go and grab each other's notes, right? And make like I said, after a while, you go and look, it's like, oh, it's going to get um uh, I can't think of the right word, but overcrowded. That's what I'm looking for. Overcrowded on information. No, because if a young person can go into that year of knowing what they're going to do, it's going to make everything simpler for them. People will pay for that, right? And so many other different ways that we can do to go to make money, right? And especially anybody who likes sewing, crocheting, people still enjoy those type of things because in my opinion, AI, although it's taking us to being in advance, it's also bringing us back. Like I kind of miss the old things. What's some of the simpler ways, and then you can go, you can break it down. Still using AI to do things, but break it down to make for things simpler. So many other things you do. The main point of this video is I say it's not too late for us. It's never going to be too late for us. We still have the time to do great things. And don't think that you can't do it. We just got to do a couple other things. We gotta get our health under control, right? Because we got to continue to live for our families. That is the main thing. You're doing it for yourself, but you're doing it to better your life for your family because we all deserve a good life, right? And this country, United States of America, is allowing us to have that opportunity. If you listen to America, even most other places, if you're in a place where that you can have the freedom to do these type of things, you should do it. That's why I love America, because there's so many different diverse groups of people here that you can get into, and work with. That's another thing too. You need to get in a community of like-minded people as well, especially when you're 40s, right? Share information, get together. We need to stop being so far apart. That's just my opinion on that too. So, thank you very much for checking out this video. This is just a rant on about being in the 40s and things ain't too late, And I don't know if you can hear the passion in my voice, but I'm very passionate about this because I really believe that we can still do great things. All right, y'all. Hey, do me a favor. You know, I don't like saying it in between the video. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my video. Especially if you are in your 40s, you gotta subscribe to the channel and you gotta like this video because we gotta, we gotta stick together because all these young whippersnappers are trying to outspeed us, and we gotta let them know that ain't their time yet. It's still our time. All right, appreciate y'all. Talk to you later. Peace.